This week, burning mountains
Beer pong.
and big red balls.
This is the front page. Welcome to the front page, the show that brings you the top content from the social news website reddit.com. I'm Tyler Slayton.
And I'm Neil Figuracion.
And I think we need to address the...
We never talk about our t-shirts
We
or
don't.
what we wear.
This was unintentional.
I...
We weren't like, hey, how can we look nerdier? What if we sort of matched?
Yeah, world's finest.
World's
Yeah,
finest.
Not exactly the world's finest.
Yeah, right? These two.
This guy.
World's finest.
As you said before this show, douchebag with beard and douchebag
Yes.
without beard.
Yep. Decided to cosplay as...
I'm not cosplaying. It was just cold this morning.
Yeah, you went with the long sleeves and... All right.
I've got the Bizarro thing because I feel like a monster freak all the time.
I still say mine's worse because mine... When I bought it, I did not know this shirt glowed in the dark? Glowed in the dark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I personally love glow-in-the-dark things.
All right, well, you can have it when I'm done, because I rarely wear this shirt.
If
But
you-
I'm running out of shirts to where I've worn almost all my nerdy shirts. I don't want to wear I don't want to repeat. So if there are any t-shirt companies out there that wants to give us free stuff...
So wait,
yeah.
what's the front page?
The front page, we bring you the top content from the social news website, reddit.com.
What is Reddit.com? I have zero idea.
Reddit.com is a social news website. How much do you want to loop around this conversation?
I don't know. We're nerds.
What's a website? What's the internet? I'm going to tell you what the internet is, and we're going to get into it. We're going to report some stuff from the internet.
All right.
This one's sort of topical, submitted to the subreddit Funny by JKnight42. It is back to school time, and I feel sorry for
It's
no
like
one.
August.
Kids going back to school. Or they're like getting ready to go back to school. I know my teacher friends are all like, oh God, I can't.
I think we're just preparing for the Ice Age.
What's the Ice Age?
It's that part where like we're covered in ice and
Yeah, I know what the-
dinosaurs freeze or mammoths.
I know what the literal Ice Age. What was the metaphor you were trying to make?
No, there's an actual Ice Age, and there's just like schools are just trying to get started earlier so they can have a bunch of snow days.
Oh, I see. That's the big conspiracy. That's your.
It's not a conspiracy.
This is you're gonna do
No,
your.
we have just wrecked the planet, and therefore we have to have school earlier.
What are you talking about? When did
for
this
real.
become loose change? Like we're. I was just.
It was a conspiracy.
I'm doing a stupid little internet show. You're over here like.
Having a real discussion.
It's getting hotter. Kids got to go to school in August. Ah.
Yeah. Well, I'm wearing my semi-Kryptonian shirt. It's Bizarro, but I'm just reminded how like the scientists of Krypton said that planet was gonna blow up, and no one believed them.
Well, now you're mixing metaphors, and it's very confusing.
I know, but that's how it works.
No, it's about because I remember going back to school. It would be like the week before Labor Day. It would be the dumbest thing because it'd be like, oh, back to school. Oh, sweet, 3-day weekend. Like right after each other. It would be the highs and lows. I couldn't take it as a child. But we found this.
It's
submitted
an
to the
inside
subreddit.
job.
This is submitted to the subreddit. Funny. Found this in some old school papers. Apparently, even 7-year-old me was a smartass. And so the assignment this kid was given when he was 7 was write down 10 words that I can spell. It says 10 words that I can spell are. So this person decided to write 10 words I can spell, write are, octopus 7.
Good job.
Right. I like to imagine he handed this in and then went, come at me, teach. What? Those are 7 words. I even threw an octopus. Or 10 words, whatever. It is weird that, I like how he was super lazy. And he's like, well, I know how to spell octopus. Like, might as well throw a 3-syllable one in there.
You know,
And
if it's in the South, then all of these words are like 3 syllables.
yeah, right. It's like, oh, you read it at an advanced level.
Tan
You're college material.
words. Aye.
But yeah, I don't. I'm ready for back to school because I'm tired of.
Are you a school student?
No, I just like when movie theaters aren't packed and when I go to lunch, there's not 10, 15-year-olds in front of me at the line of Chipotle.
See, I work with kids and dogs, and both of those jobs are affected by school
Does
year.
dog school take off for the summer?
Well, no, but like when kids are home from
Are the
school,
dogs
they
involved with the
walk
conspiracy?
More, they get walked more with kids. Yes, that's why kids are going to school early, and the snow.
It's all because of the dogs.
Global warming.
The dog Illuminati. I think we can
The golden.
move on.
The golden.
Nope. Don't tag
treat.
up on that. Don't you dare tag up on that.
Come on, man.
No, we're moving on.
Like the Illuminati was what I was all about in the '80s, and now it's popular for everyone.
No one's. You're gonna get us some weird comments on like it was right.
Wait.
I have pamphlets.
So
to
what you're saying is we're gonna get comments.
Right. Yeah. No, we're gonna get. It's the internet. We're gonna get comments.
Have we?
Everyone
ever
has.
gotten
Everyone has an opinion on everything.
comments?
All right. Moving on. This is. I like this story because this is a person who is crazy, but he's my kind of crazy.
All right.
This is submitted to the subreddit DIY X4. I don't know what the X4 means.
Times 4.
I assume, but why? DIY times 4?
Like you just do it 4 times.
Like,
yourself.
You have to.
I screwed it up.
I screwed up 3
I'm gonna
times,
do
but
it
that 4th
again.
time was banging. This is submitted by Smash Cuts. I built a fully functional overhead control panel for my computer. Look at this thing.
That is what
Right?
I feel like it's war games.
It's first of all beautifully designed,
It's pretty.
but also functional. Like
What's it do?
Okay, so these
My voice
switches
just got like I'm changing.
That's how excited you are. Like, tell me
that
more.
thing?
So these switches right here, those just launch programs. Like, so he flips that switch and Photoshop comes up, and Premiere and whatever. What are the other
Wait,
ones?
what's the waveform collider do?
Yeah, he gave them weird names. Like those just launch.
iTunes.
There is they launch iTunes. I guess that is the waveform collider. Yeah, he gave them
That's where waveforms
weird
would collide.
right. He gave them weird sciencey names. Some are just like keyboard shortcuts that he put as awesome buttons. This is my favorite. The volume controls are less rock and more rock.
Nice.
This person he's just my favorite. Oh, and the switches here on the
weapon
on the volume controls.
Oh.
Those just launch playlists. So
2D
he can just
Lavoro, Trill, and Swiss Switch.
yes. So he can do his Trill playlist. Just boom, push of an awesome
What
button.
is a
or
Trill
switch.
playlist? Is that where people go
Yes,
like that?
It's just recordings of tribbles. This one, and some of it are just like purely aesthetic, like this ship thing. Nothing to do with the ship. This is what is it? It's artificial intelligence emergency override, and it's been ripped out.
Nice.
Yeah. And then he goes into the whole thing about how to make it, like how to
Like design
program
your
the-
own.
It's-
Create the thing.
right. It is way more everything than I have patience for, but
That is,
I do want one.
that is an artful life.
Right. It doesn't say how long it took him. It must take him forever. But yeah, he programmed everything, and I don't know. Just it's functional, nerdy art, and I want it.
Good for yeah. I feel like what was the name of the computer in War Games?
What was his name? Whopper.
Whopper?
Was that it?
WOPR?
All right.
Sounds like a weird radio station from like
I guess that ultra powerful computer that was defeated with the power of
Tic-Tac-Toe.
That's how dumb. Like that's how much you had to explain things in movies back then. It was just like use the center, pick the center square. It'll always be a tie. It's like they had to explain that to the audience. Like that needed to be written into the script because
Well,
someone gave a note like, I don't think people will understand how tic-tac-toe works.
I mean, I don't know, like 10 or late, like in my teens when that movie came out. So maybe I didn't know that.
I guess, but
Because I also saw that movie in the theater at least 4 times.
you saw War Games 4 times in
Yeah.
the theater?
Yeah.
Man, was there nothing else going on in that summer?
Well, that's how it worked back then. Like, they didn't have VCRs.
You were just like, I'm never going to be able to see this movie again.
Right, because like how many times did I see Grease or E.T. or I saw them a lot.
All right, fair enough. You're a huge Ali Sheedy fan, and
wait, Ali Sheedy's in.
Ali Sheedy's the girl in War Games, right? Someone back me up on that. This is another thing where
I just wanted to see
if
Tic-Tac-Toe
only we had
winning.
some sort of interconnected
information place,
a web of information, something.
Some might call it a highway.
Oh well, it's a series of tubes that we'll never have. All right, moving on.
Like vacuum tubes at the bank.
Right. This is our sad story of the week. It's a pretty.
It's
big...
not our T-shirts.
No, yeah, that's the saddest story of the week. This is for real sad. This was submitted to the World News by Dogs on Top UGA. Dogs with a W, just in case you were wondering. ISIS beheads 81-year-old pioneer archaeologist and foremost scholar on ancient Syria. Islamic State militants beheaded renowned antiquities scholar, I believe it's Khaled, because there's only one E, Khaled al-Asaad, in the ancient Syrian city of Palmyra, and hung his body on a column in the main square of this historic site because he apparently refused to reveal where valuable artifacts had been moved for safekeeping. So I guess ISIS has been kind of going around and collecting valuable artifacts and either
I think destroying them is the thing that they do.
Or they've been like stealing them and selling them to fund their nefarious, horrible, evil activities. And they had this guy and they held him for over a month and like tortured him and interrogated him to give up where I guess these treasures had been hidden because ISIS was there and they knew what ISIS was doing, and they hid these valuable artifacts, and from the end ISIS wanted to get them. The guy wouldn't give it up, which, man, he is 10,000 times the man I've ever been.
I would say like I have, what is it? Extremism is an issue, a very big issue.
Yeah, for sure.
But I'm just gonna say that this guy is a hero.
Yeah, and it's great. It's just so much respect for what he did. Not saying I do have respect for what he did, but he had so much respect for his profession and his passion that he wouldn't give it. Because like, in the face of like pure evil is coming after you, there is not much information I would not give up. And this guy was like, he stood up and said no and paid the ultimate cost for it. And it's really messed up, but crazy, crazy respect for this guy.
So, yeah, I mean, I'd seen a little bit about this story, or at least seen headlines, and it's like, it's very troubling. But I don't want to put attention. How do you do this?
Right. Yeah. We don't want to. We definitely want to focus.
I'm not trying to glorify the people who don't need to be glorified.
Right. We want to focus on the man and his legacy,
I mean,
not what happened.
Maybe
to
figuring
him.
out how to change things, but I don't know how to do.
Well, that's a whole other thing we don't want.
I'm not even beginning to be smart enough to.
Yeah, but it's sad this had to happen. But super respect to this guy.
Yeah.
I want to say his name one more. It's Khaled al-Asaad, I believe is how it's pronounced. I apologize if I'm getting that wrong. But I thought that was an important issue to, even though it's a huge bummer. But
I think this is probably the biggest like story that we've had on the front page. That we've
definitely the most important, because we do tend to talk about silly little frivolous things, and this is, and we'll get right back to that. But yeah, this is an important thing, an important person. All right, we'll move on. I should have read the title, but this is submitted to the subreddit Whoa Dude. I probably should have put these in better order. I didn't realize that was a subreddit by Asai76, and this is a mountain on fire in Tucson, Arizona.
Yeah.
So I guess this was all those forest. Is it a forest fire? I guess it's a forest fire. I think Tucson. I think desert. So brush
Tucson
fires.
is very much a desert.
So whatever. All these wildfires.
Yeah, it's a wildfire.
Happening out in the.
I think I've seen that mountain.
Did you spend some time out in Tucson?
Yeah, I taught a dance workshop there.
Oh, right on.
So
Okay.
I have some friends from there. They like a place called EG's.
All right. But
There's also very good yoga there.
just in general, and
There's at least one workshop that I took a class.
All right.
Or one studio where I took a class.
I know there's a good food scene in Tucson.
I don't remember food being awesome, but we have different food tastes.
It's true. But how do you like?
This is like where Frodo dropped the ring.
This
I
is
think.
Mount Doom. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know how do you look up at that from your backyard and not go, well, we've had a good
Really?
run. This is it. Like, it's the apocalypse now.
This is like Krakatoa or Pompeii.
Pompeii. Yeah.
I mean,
Terrifying. We can blow it up. It's a gorgeous picture too. And also we should say this was the
no one Tucson didn't entirely die.
Yeah. It makes it seem like it's a lot closer to population than it is, but it's much further away. I don't think anyone's.
No, there aren't very big mountains in the close vicinity of Tucson.
Right.
But driving away,
right.
That's still
It's
pretty.
terrifying
I've
to
seen
look
those,
at.
yeah.
But yeah, this was not as close to residentials as this picture may have made it
looks
appear.
like the volcano from that one Pixar short that just came out before.
Oh, is it before Inside Out?
Yeah.
I didn't see that one. It looks like the end of the world, basically, by a city, and it's terrifying. But
My precious.
all right, moving on. Subreddit gifts submitted by Dorinda. We talked about back to school time. We're going to talk about the America's favorite extracurricular activity.
Sex.
Second favorite extracurricular activity. Beer pong.
Okay, I've heard of this game.
You've never played beer pong?
No.
You've never played beer pong?
I don't really
I don't even
drink
like
beer.
a beer pong. I've played a hell of a lot of beer pong.
Okay.
But this is an athletic beer pong dunk. Blow that up there. Come on. All right. Up. Wait for it. Boom! Doesn't even knock the cup over.
Oh, decent landing.
The dismount leaves something to be desired, but also this move I think is illegal.
It's not the official rules of beer pong, but good for them. It looks like he at least did not injure himself.
Yeah. Also, like some daytime beer pong going on here.
It's a picnic thing.
It's a picnic thing.
Or a frat thing. You're going to drink at all times of the day in a frat.
I feel like more of it's it's more of a nighttime activity, like White Castle, or can't eat White Castle when the sun's out. You're a monster.
That's the only time I've ever done that.
What?
I only recently discovered White Castle after being curious from that one movie with the Asian people.
Seven Samurai?
Yes.
Okay. But wait, so wait, you've just recently had White Castle?
Because they
for the
didn't
first
have
time?
vegetarian options until like last year.
Are you vegetarian?
Yeah.
How am I just finding this out
Since
now?
1989. Thus, I eat
Since
jalapeno
1989?
and pineapple pizza.
Since Do the Right Thing, you've been a vegetarian?
Yes.
My only favorite reference is movies, just in case you
Sure.
were
Yeah, I
wondering.
get it. But yes, since then.
All right, that's cool. Well, they had fries. They've always had fries. That's a
I
vegetarian
can
option.
get fries where I can make fries.
They're good at White Castle, though. So wait, what is the vegetarian option?
Now they have like veggie sliders.
Really?
Yeah.
They have like a boca patty?
I mean, there's some kind of fake meat.
I didn't know that. That's cool.
Like within the last year.
Because, vegetarians deserve diarrhea, too.
Hey, I just want to know what Harold and Kumar were going for.
Well, you didn't get the full experience. I'm sorry. That's one of those things where I just feel like you were better off not knowing. Because you can't be the person, like, what if you got way into it? You can't be the person that's like, have you guys had this White Castle? It'd be like the person who got into, like, Wu-Tang in 2001.
Yeah.
Have you listened to the Wu-Tang Clan?
I have heard one song of the Wu-Tang
No, but, like, if
Clan
you really listen to them, they're really, really good.
Okay.
I
I'll have to do some research.
We got off on a really weird tangent there. that's probably one
Wu-Tang
of our...
is like a sauce that they put on the White Castle, right?
Yeah, right.
All right.
That's probably one of our... We went from beer pong to fast food to hip-hop. We did it. Shut it down. Shut these lights off. That's it. Show over.
That's what happens when you wear the
Credits.
T-shirts.
We do. We're like the Wonder Twins. No, I'm not doing it. Wonder Twins are the worst.
I'm more of a Wendy and Marvin fan.
Ooh,
And Wonder Dog.
I don't get that reference.
That's because I'm older than you.
Yeah.
So like before the Wonder Twins, there was Wendy and Marvin, who were just two kids in superhero outfits.
Really? Is it a Hanna-Barbera thing?
It's Super Friends. It was the superhero kids that preceded.
There were other super kids on
Yes.
Super Friends?
Yes.
I had no
and then
idea.
they wrote them off because they thought. I think my theory is they thought that kids would actually like dress up in superhero outfits and jump off of buildings.
Well, I mean,
Because people are always afraid that kids are going to do that.
I guess,
But you know, kids are going to jump off of buildings anyway.
that's true. You can't stop them.
I did.
All right. Next story. Submitted to subreddit pics
With an
by
umbrella. Okay.
by not my real nombre. This is good guy UPS surprises me. So someone found a note on their door that says "look up," written on the reverse side,
I
so
see,
no one
yeah.
sees it, and then boom, hit their package
Oh,
up in the rafters.
hey, that's a good way to not get your stuff stolen.
Exactly, good guy UPS guy. This must be like a not so good neighborhood.
Either that, this person was very short and super inconvenienced.
Oh, like this is a prank? Like, haha, deal with it, Tiny. I would be very,
And there's like a bag of burning poop.
yeah. I would be concerned if I saw that. I would just be like, I'm going to look up and see a severed head. Like, that's where this is going. This is going to
7
ruin my
deadly
day.
sins. Don't
Right.
open the box.
Yeah, what's in the box? It's Gwyneth Paltrow's head is in that,
gonna say.
is in that box. But I thought that was cool. Like, guy's good at his job. Like, that guy gets the Dunkin' Donuts gift card at Christmas.
I would say some effort. And, you know, probably the only thing is, like, if it takes the time to, like, load that stuff into the weird corner, someone might see you doing it. But
Sure. I don't know. Anyway,
I think consider it.
this is an interesting, a controversial story we got this week. This is in subreddit World News, submitted by Joey Youngblood. Twitter has forced 30 websites that archive politicians' deleted tweets to shut down, removing an effective tool to keep politicians honest. Twitter shut down a network of sites dedicated to archiving deleted tweets from politicians from around the world. The sites, collectively known as Politwoops. I'm going to stop right there. They tried to combine like 3 words into a pun, and it was not successful.
Politics, tweets, and oops.
Yeah, I don't like it. They need to work on that. We need something a little more succinct.
Hey, you know.
We're moving on. They were overseen by the Open State Foundation, which reported that Twitter suspended their API access on August 21st, which means they can't use the resources that
Yeah.
Twitter puts out there. Twitter reportedly told the OSF that its decision was the result of, quote, thorough internal deliberation and a close consideration of a number of factors, end quote. And the social media site didn't distinguish between politicians and regular users.
I get that.
It is a weird thing because I understand the purpose of this resource. But then again, yeah, if a user of my service, like if someone's keeping them from using my service the way that I created it and the way they want to within, you know, my terms, I don't think I should allow an outside party to affect that in any way. Mm-hmm. Twitter said that no user is more deserving of that ability than another. Indeed, deleting a tweet is an expression of the user's voice. So I understand that. I also understand there's a quote here from the one of the organization's directors saying that what politicians say in public should be available to anyone. It's not about typos. It's about a unique insight into how messages from elected politicians can change without notice. And I guess it's true that these resources were used a lot by journalists from like all over the world. So
Well, politicians do have a different standing in
Right.
in the public eye.
Right. They should be held accountable in public. But then again, this service kind of affects Twitter and how they want people to use their service. So I don't know. It's a weird thing where...
What's that weird thing where someone has to live up to the standard that a politician would have to live up to?
Yeah, I don't know. I can't really say that. I would say that this Open State Foundation kind of comes out as the good guys in this story, but I'm not going to say like, oh, that evil corporation Twitter.
Yeah, I don't feel like Twitter's doing
Yeah.
doing something because they're trying to protect the politicians.
They're kind of forced into a
They're
bad
in a hole.
position.
They're in a yeah.
Yeah, so it's rough. And
That said, I want most politicians to go die in a fire in the mountains with the ring.
in Tucson.
Yeah.
They could all go to Tucson and stand on that burning mountain. Not my opinion, by the way. The views expressed
Not
on this
my
show.
opinion either.
But yeah, I just thought it was a weird thing, and let's be honest, this could all be like, oh, 3 more websites popped up in the time we've taken to report this story, and they're all
If so,
archiving.
post them in the comments.
Yes, please.
Ooh, my pee popped.
Cut that out. Okay, this is submitted to the subreddit Funny by Voodoo Mama Juju. That's just fun to say.
That's pretty cool.
Usually I don't like the usernames on here. That one's fun to say.
Papa Legba says hi.
This one, pilot noped out of a storm from Chicago to DC. So this is a graphic of a plane's flight. This is on the right here. That's a storm somewhere between Chicago and DC, and the plane kind of does this little curlicue move to go around it. I like to think that the plane like head faked a storm. Was just like no, I got this. And then you think I'm going left? Oh no, spin out going right.
Like that basketball guy last week.
Right, exactly. Like, what do you got, Storm? Huh? You can't see me. I'm too quick. So
It's like one of those Looney Tunes maps where they're crossing from
right, yeah.
from New York to Albuquerque.
He did not make a left turn at Albuquerque. And that's how he ended up. I wonder why that happened. Like, did someone say, like, all right, you're going to want to veer left. Oh, shit, did I say left? No.
Keep going left.
Keep going left. Keep going left. Keep going left. Okay, now straight. Okay, now you're good. Tell everyone on the plane, sorry, their flight's an hour longer because of this stupid loop we had
Well, I
to
don't
make.
know the scale here. How long would that loop take to fly?
You have to figure that storm is fairly big. Yeah, there is no like.
That's
key
like
on
Mountain
this.
Doom, right?
Yeah, no, Tucson is not
Oh
between
no,
Chicago.
that's the
and,
eye.
Yes, that's the center of that storm. I don't think it's like a hurricane or anything. I just think it's
No,
a
I meant
storm.
the eye of what you call it.
Oh,
from-
the Eye of Sauron.
Yes. They're flying through. This is our LOTR theme.
Yeah, this
show.
this is one of our nerdier shows.
We're not nerdy at all.
No, we're super cool. These are characters we do. I guess these other lines here, those might have been the intended flight path. I don't know. Now I'm assuming. All I know about air traffic control I learned from those 2 episodes of Breaking Bad. So,
Yeah.
all right, we're going to move on. This is another crazy one. This one actually, this broke hours before we started taping. This was submitted to the subreddit News by Effini. Man dies after being run over by World War II tank on Jelly Belly chairman's property. So there's a lot to digest in that headline.
Yeah. What?
So I guess what it was is the husband of Jelly Belly's chief executive accidentally crushed a man to death with a World War II era tank during a reunion on the family's property in Fairfield, California. The accident occurred on the property of a 4th-generation candy maker, Herman Rowland Sr., during a family reunion. Rowland is a collector of military vehicles, which he stores in a facility known as the Tank Barn. So I guess what happened was the Rowland family, who owns Jelly Belly, was having a family reunion, and there were some World War II tanks there. And what happened was this guy, his name was Kevin Wright, was riding on the front of one, but facing. It said facing inward, so I guess like riding on the front.
Okay, that's just straight up
Facing the back.
negligence.
I know. Should probably be in a seat. And I guess the tank went down a like dirt hill and he fell backwards and right into the tank tread. And
This is why you can't have nice things.
this is why
Like, no, what?
maybe instead of a World War II tank at your family reunion, a bouncy castle? I don't think anyone's ever died in a bouncy castle. They've definitely never been crushed to death by World War. This is the first person to be crushed to death by a World War II tank in like 70 years.
World War
Yeah.
II.
So yeah, this poor guy.
It's awful.
It's really bad, but it's such a weird like the owner
So what's
of
gonna
Jelly
happen?
Belly.
What's gonna happen to the Jelly Belly guy?
I don't think it was I think it was just an accident. Like it's not. Nothing
Yeah, but
malicious
there's a
happened.
and I guess it's family, right? So like,
Well, they also said it did say in the article, drugs and alcohol do not appear to be a factor in the accident.
yes, but also just plain negligence.
I get, but I don't think the guy was
Wait,
like.
if I rode with someone on my handlebars on my bike, and then they fell off and fell into traffic.
Yeah, but maybe it happened on private property, and this guy seemed to like I don't think he was not on the tank voluntarily.
This is like shooting someone in the face accidentally.
Right. It's yeah. I guess it's a weird legal gray area.
It's an
but,
accident.
But I think what we need to focus on is, man, what a weird story. Like, it involves candy and tanks and.
I would like a candy tank, but just to shoot like jelly bellies into my mouth.
Made of marshmallow that would not crush anyone to death.
Yeah.
How are we doing on time? All right, we'll do one more. Speaking of being crushed to death, that is
so much
the most
so much atrocity
It is
in
the
this episode.
literal and figurative worst segue anyone's ever used. But this is fun. This is submitted subreddit GIFs by Job with a 0, so he might be a robot. Giant red ball from an installation broke free in Toledo.
Oh, it's like a giant clown's nose fell off.
It kind of is. This is just in the streets of Toledo, Ohio.
Oh, it didn't even crush that car.
Right. Apparently the thing weighs like, it said like 250 pounds. It's just a balloon. It's like a beach ball.
Yeah. But it didn't hurt anything.
I'd still be kind of pissed if it hit my car. But
Yeah.
look at could you imagine?
It's like a Katamari.
It is. It's just like a lot of people in the comments were making Katamari jokes.
I thought it was gonna wreck that car.
Right. Oh, you thought it was like solid? Like it was like a billiard
Yeah,
ball?
I thought it was like a big bowling ball that size.
No, I guess I do like how. Where is it? At one point in this video.
Clowns.
One of this video, this lady like tries to stop it with one hand.
What?
Like watch, like her like, oh, what were you gonna do? Like, how are you?
Maybe she has spider powers. You don't know.
Here we've got the GIF of it here. Yeah, I don't know. To be downtown on your like lunch break, and just
And see
sitting
this
and
big red ball.
looking out the cafe window, just. Did anyone else like?
This is the revenge of that one short French movie from the 1960s. That.
Oh, this is the gritty reboot of The Red Balloon. This is Christopher Nolan's The Red Balloon.
Yeah, that's it.
I'll be honest, I would watch that movie.
All of a sudden, red balloons from everywhere.
Or it's like Attack of the Killer Tomatoes, or I don't know.
We're very nerdy.
We are very nerdy. But we'd like to thank you for watching this episode of the Front Page. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, share, comment. I don't know. Put the episode in a USB drive and put it in a bottle and throw it in the ocean. What else can they do?
You could tell your friends.
That's probably easier. Tell your friends about the Front Page. Thank you so very much for watching. I'm Tyler Slayton.
I'm Neil Figuracion.
We will see you next time on the Front Page.
show.